Good day, everyone. My name is Mr. Alexis P. Gloria, and welcome to my class. This is the introduction to the philosophy of the human person. We're still on quarter one, module 2.1, methods of philosophizing, and particularly, this is lesson 2. So let me share you now my screen. Okay. Now, the theories of truth, we have three. So the first one, we have the correspondence theory of truth. It states that we believe or say is true if it corresponds to the way things actually are based on the facts. It argues that an idea that corresponds with reality is true, while an idea which does not correspond to reality is false. So if I say it's raining outside and it's really raining outside, then my statement is true. Another example will be if I say the sky is blue, then I look outside and saw that it is indeed blue, then my statement is true. On the other hand, if I say pigs have wings, and then I check a pig and it doesn't have wings, then my statement is false. And in general, statements of beliefs, propositions, and ideas are capable of being true or false. The second example or the second theory of truth is coherence. In order to know the truth of a statement, it must be tested as part of a larger set of ideas. Statements cannot be sufficiently evaluated in isolation. For example, if you pick up a ball and drop it accidentally, the action cannot be simply explained by our belief in the law of gravity, which can be verified, but also by a host of other factors that may have something to do with the incident, such as the accuracy of our visual perception. More so, when you say coherence theory of truth, only when statements are tested as part of a larger system of complex ideas, then one might conclude that the statement is true. Secondly, by using this method, we establish that the statement coheres with the larger system. In a sense, the coherence theory is similar to the correspondence theory, since both evaluate statements based on their agreement with reality. The difference lies in the method where the former involves a larger system, while the latter relies on a single evidence of fact. So let's have an example. Example will be the following. 5 plus 2 is equals to 7 because 7 is equals to 7 and 1 plus 6 is equals to 7 and 21 divided by 3 is equals to 2 times 3 plus 1, and these are all true. Another example will be proposition A is true because propositions B and C are true. But how do you know if B is true? Because A and C are true. The third theory of truth is called the pragmatic. The pragmatic states that a belief or statement is true if it has a useful, or when you say pragmatic, application in the world. If it does not, then it is not true. In addition, we can know whether a belief or statement is true by examining the consequence of holding or accepting the statement believed to be true. For example, there are some people who think that there are ghosts or vampires because they find it useful in explaining unusual phenomena and in dealing with fears. So if we are going to use the word truth, we define it as that which is most useful to us. To illustrate that as a trivial example, if you find that believing in a religion helps you become a better, more effective person, then it is perfectly acceptable from the pragmatic perspective to take up religion and believe in it as true. In other words, if it works for you, why not? So that's the essence of the pragmatic theory. So in summary, we have the following theories of truth. The correspondence theory of truth that whatever corresponds to observable reality is true, and that when you say the coherence theory of truth, that claims are true if they follow logically and coherently from a set of actions or intermediate propositions. And lastly, when you say the pragmatic theory of truth, that what is true, it is what is useful to you or beneficial to you. All right, so that ends the lesson two or the content of lesson two. Now, to continue, these are the activities that you will be answering for this particular module. So we'll be having what's more. This is inquire and discover that can be found on page 17. You are asked to read a passage from Plato's allegory of the cave. And number two, you are asked to identify the meaning of the story. Number three, how does this passage from Plato help you turn your attention toward the right thing? Next, we have you are also asked to accomplish this Venn diagram, empiricist versus rationalist. It's found on page 18, and it has this description that using the Venn diagram, write the differences and similarities between how empiricists and rationalists acquire knowledge. You are also asked to answer what I have learned. So this is found on page 18 of your module entitled Theories of Truth, and you're asked to identify the different theories of truth on the following statements. Next, we have what I can do. So you have to write a reflection paper on truth, okay? And then your guide question will be, what is truth and how you tell the truth to others? Assessment, you're also asked to select the keyword that best fits the statement in each item and write a chosen letter on a separate sheet of paper that can be found on your on your module on page 20 to 21. Lastly, you are asked to do the additional activities wherein you will be reading an article, watch TV or listen to the radio channel, and follow the guide question below. So guide question number one will be about how do you assess the words and statements uttered, stated in the article, TV, and radio? Number two, which of their statements can be considered truth and why? Okay, so to conclude this lesson, I'll be leaving you with this quotation. Telling the truth and making someone cry is better than telling a lie and making someone smile. That would be all for this. Thank you very much.